YouTube gang, what's good? Your boy Interested coming back at you with another trading video, man. And on this video, I want to take you into a trade that I took earlier this week on NAS. Now normally I don't really trade NAS because NAS be doing me dirty in the past, but in this situation I just said, you know what, I see a good setup on NAS, let me try to take it. You know what I'm saying? I like to trade US 30 a lot, but US 30 has its days where it doesn't do right. It does the complete opposite of what I want to do. So I definitely took a look at NAS and I want to give it a shot, you know. So I do look at SPX, NAS, and US 30. Like I said, I do tend to take US 30 more, but I look at NAS more. I'm starting to give NAS a look now, you know, and SPX I do look at SPX as well, but we're gonna break down something I saw on NAS earlier this week for the gang, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna waste no time. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So as you can see, right here on NAS, we've been bullish for, I want to say, the past 2 weeks. And I think all the indices been like that as well. I think S&P, S&P been like that, and the Dow has been like that. So yeah, so we've been bullish the past few weeks here. So like I said, I'm just looking for bullish for that bullish activity on those lower time frames. So I'm gonna go down to that 1 hour, and we're gonna go to the day, which was the 23rd, on what I saw. So if you go right here, let's go ahead and make it easier for you guys. We'll go ahead and just map out the 23rd. The 23rd's trading day. We'll go ahead and map it out for the gang. You know what I'm saying? So you can know where to focus. You can know where you need to look. So in between these white lines, you have the 23rd, which was I believe it was either Tuesday, if not mistaken. We have the 23rd, and what do you see? What is that boy ICT teaches us, man? Go ahead and pause the video and just let me know what you see to the left. To the left. You ain't gonna pause the video. Of course you're not. All good. But what you see on the left side of your chart here is you see this imbalance right here. This imbalance right here is what caught my eye when I first came to the chart on the 23rd. Now, be in mind, I'll be honest with you, I didn't take the buy when it came back here. I saw something on those lower time frames that made me take the sell. I took a quick scalp. I didn't want to take a I took a quick scalp. I didn't want to hold on to it forever, and we just left it at that. But what you see here is this imbalance stack eventually gets filled. So what do you want to do for beginning people like me that's still learning but still making it happen? Just go ahead and map it out and where it gets filled at. You know what I mean? So right here, you can see on this candle right here that it gets filled, but the very next candle doesn't break that low. So yeah, you could have still been bullish, but I like to see a break of that intermediate term low. An intermediate term low, if you have not been watching ICT, is like the fill of the imbalance. So this right here is that intermediate term low, or what I like to call that boss low. You know what I'm saying? Boss low. You know what I'm saying? This is the low that you want to watch when it comes to trying to take entry, because honestly, once it breaks this low, I tend to look for that bullish activity. So it didn't break that low, as you can see, but it still took off. But I like to see the break of that low, but that's okay. Right here, this is your boss low. We're gonna leave this up for a minute, and we're gonna take those off because now you know where we're looking. We're looking at 23rd. This is that intermediate term low right here, guys. Keep that in mind. So what made me take this sell? We'll get into that in a second. Let's go ahead and zoom out right here. Nothing on the 15-minute had caught my eye except for this small little imbalance right here, but it didn't reach up to it when the equities market opened. But we'll get back to this low. We'll get back to this low in a minute. I just want to go into why did I take that sell on the 23rd. And I saw nothing on that 5-minute chart neither. So what I did was that I went into my 1 minute and I was like, you know what? It could give me a quick scalp to the sell side. So what I did was when I went to that 1 minute, and I don't recommend this. I'm not some sort of guru. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not giving you advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not telling you to do anything with that. Okay? But what I ended up doing was when I came to my 1 minute chart, this is what I saw. And I obviously in hindsight, you see what you see, but this is what I saw. I saw all of this activity. I saw this upward movement, which is this bullish order block. And what I did, I kept note of that, but we'll mark it right here. It should be, I think it might be the other candle included, but I do believe it's these consecutive up close candles. So with that being said, once I saw this bullish order block and I also saw this imbalance, I was like, okay, I could take a quick scalp right here, a quick sell side scalp. And if I take a quick sell side scalp, I'm just going to leave it alone, So once I saw this on the 1 minute, I did immediately take a sell. I didn't meet, and what ended up happening too was that I closed out my position by accident, but I didn't re-enter knowing that we were close to that imbalance on the 1 hour. So I accidentally closed it. Once I closed, I was just like, no, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna just let it do what it do. And then it eventually, as you can see, it eventually did push up into go into its intended direction. So and also I took a trade on my broker, and I took one on TradingView. The one on TradingView was really late. I shouldn't have took it. I don't recommend you taking late entries. If you feel like your entry is late, then just don't take it. But what I did take it at a decent spot where I was comfortable with on my broker, and I did take one on TradingView as well. But once price made this imbalance within this order block, that's when I knew I was able to get a small little scalp to the sell side. So once I saw it come back in here after it had already left right here, and then it tapped in there right there, that's when I took my sell. I had my take profit going into that imbalance, which was down here. Once I tend to take my profits a little bit before the imbalance. I could just wait until it taps into it, but I tend to take it a little bit before. I don't need to see it hit. I don't need to see it hit the imbalance. Once it goes towards it, I'm in good business. Like, I already know that I can make decent profit from where I'm from, and yeah, I just leave it where it's at. So once I saw that, price did give me that sell, give me that push to the sell side right into that imbalance. Remember this line. This is that fill on that 1 hour. This is where it filled, and you can see right here it filled right there on that candle there. So after I saw that, I already knew what time it was. I knew that it gave me a quick scalp to the sell side. And like I said, I did close early. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to close it. I meant to take off some of my position. That's what I was trying to do. And I was doing it at first, but then again, I accidentally hit close. I was in the right mindset, and I just closed it by accident. And once I closed it, I just left it alone. So once it gave me that quick scalp, and I closed it accidentally early, I just left it alone. And then it just eventually came right where I wanted it to come. But that's something that I don't recommend you do. If you have a bias, if your bias is bullish, stick to your bullish bias and wait until you see what you want to see. I do not recommend you trade against your bias, or nor do I recommend you trading against the trend. That's something that is very risky. You don't want to do this. This was honestly a very risky trade. You don't want to take risky trades. You want to take comfortable trades that you're comfortable with, and I highly recommend that. So I just want to break that quick scalp down for you. Nothing major, nothing crazy. As you can see, order block right here, imbalance within the order block. Once it tapped in, it gave me that run down into that imbalance. And then once it got into that imbalance, you can see it reversed over here. Now, let me take you back to that 1 hour. Let me take you back to that 1 hour real fast. 23rd. Let me show you why this trade, why the buy side was the better trade. So once you see that this imbalance got filled right here on this candle, you can see that once you go down to your lower time frame, that's when you wanna wait until you can see that those confirmations. So what we got here, we got the fill right here on this candle, and as you can see on the very next candle, it broke the low of this candle. So at this point, if I would have saw that, had I not taken the sell, because once I took the sell, I closed my broker. And I went to go do something else. I didn't want to look at the charts no more. I made profit. But as it broke this candle's low right here on this wick, that's when my mindsets tend to shift. Okay, so now that we got the break of that intermediate term low, we're bullish. So once I got this break right here, I turn my your bias should shift to bullish, to a bullish bias as you had before. But 15-minute time frame, it's a good way to look on a higher time frame. Once you get a higher time frame break, those are like the best breaks. But you want to jump down to your lower time frames to where you're going to take entry. So you want to have as minimal risk as possible. So right here, I'm going to show you what I look for next when it comes to taking entry. So what we have here, we got that fill. Now I'm looking to see if there's any imbalance, if there's any other imbalance on the left side, so that I could take entry, that I would be able to take entry into the buy. And there's a very, very small one right here. Very, very small one right here. And the low of this is 14,528. The high of this candle is 14,527. Doesn't really get filled. It doesn't really get filled until this until this candle right here. Some people might consider this a fill. I wouldn't do that. I just stretch out. What I would do is, once I saw this small imbalance, I would stretch it out right here, and I just wait. I see that on a 5-minute. Go down to my entry time frame. Now you may even get a better entry on the smaller time frames on the 1 minute. Now that it's you have that bullish mindset, you may get a good shift on that 1 minute. Not a shift, I'm sorry, a better entry. But this is that line from that 5 minute. Oh, let me make it straight. This is that entry from that 5 minute. As you can see, got some liquidity up here. Quick 1 minute's liquidity. You don't get that fill. As you can see, you don't get that fill until you get to this candle right here. So, like I say, what I do, I just wait till I get that fill, and this immediately becomes this candle becomes my intermediate term high, or that boss high is what I like to call it. So once it breaks the high right here, which it does right here, now I'm just looking for two things, and I take one thing over the other. I'm looking for the order block, or I'm looking for another fair value gap entry. So once it broke this high right here, I have another small imbalance right here. And the imbalance is what I'm looking for. The order block is like the second thing. I'm not really looking too much for the order block. I'm really looking for the fair value gap. I'm sorry. I can't speak today. I don't know why. But we do get that break right here. We have a small imbalance right here. We also have another one right here. But this is the candle I would have targeted, because this is the fair value gap I probably would have targeted, because this is the one that gave me that fill for that higher time frame fair value gap. So once I got right here and it tapped into here, I would have taken entry, and as you can see, price does go into my intended direction that I had for that day. And we'll just say that it took entry about right there. Stop would have been about, ICT says you can put it up under this candle, so I would have had it right here considering spread. And I would have went to the higher time frame to get my entry, not my entry, but my take profit. I could have took profit at this high imbalance up here. You know, whatever you decide to target, could have took it at these highs back here. Whichever you decide to target. Me, I probably would have targeted, you know, maybe probably the next imbalance on a higher time frame. But you don't have to go on the 5-minute to look. I'm just looking. You can go on the 15-minute, target whatever you want to target on the 15-minute. Scoot over here. You know, like I said, if I seen this on the 15-minute, I probably would have targeted here. You know, somewhere around here. You could have targeted these highs back here. Could have targeted those highs. Could target this high. I don't like to sit in the market too long, so I probably would have targeted, you know, maybe this imbalance right here, and I would have been okay with that. And you got, you know, you see get a 1 to 2 risk reward. So whatever you decided that you wanted to do, that's just how I look at price. Let's go back to that 1 minute real fast. And yeah, that's basically it. I just want to show that sell that I took, but the buy ended up being the buy. But had I stuck to my bias, I could have gotten a bigger move, but it's okay. Like I said, I don't recommend going against your bias. If you have a bias, stick to your bias. If the confirmations don't line up, then just simply don't take the trade. But that's basically it. That is how I took that sell, but that is also how that buy would have worked out in your favor. You want to have those confirmations line up. Those are some of the things that I look for when I'm trading. And you just got to keep practicing. You don't want to force these things. You definitely want to be patient, wait for your confirmation and your setups. You know, if don't get discouraged. You know, I'm in a much better position than I was when I first started trading, and soon I'm going to take I'm either going to take the FTMO challenge, or I'm going to take the challenge with my broker. My brokers are starting to offer the same type of challenge the FTMO offers. Although I may just take the FTMO because they're more established. But I'll see how I feel in the future. I may just end up doing both. But that is basically it, guys. I'm going to play the video where I took that sell, where I showed the breakdown right here. I'm going to play that video where I took that sell. Just wanted to show you my setup that I took with the sell. And I also want to show you that breakdown for the buy, where some things to look for if you're struggling. So if you like the video, go ahead and throw a like. If you have any questions or any comments, you can also throw it in the comment section. I will answer it as soon as possible. Other than that, guys, if you like what you see, don't forget to drop a like, throw a comment, subscribe, do whatever it is for your boy, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'm out.
You are listening to 101K.
This blood getting makes.
You are listening to 101K.
This blood getting makes.
You are listening to 101K.
This blood getting makes.
You are listening to 101K.
This quality makes.